don't think that's how it's supposed to be. Hey bold babes, welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly, as you know, or if you don't know, then that's because this is your first video. If so, welcome to my channel. I hope that you like what you see here. If you do, hit that subscribe button right now to help support this channel and to let me know that you like what's going on. So, first of all, my intro. It's not how I think all of you are, okay? I just thought it was funny because sometimes when people reach out to me about issues with mascara or like troubleshooting questions, I feel like that's what I picture sometimes. Like looking at the compact and they're just like, or else I put it on and they're like, just kidding. I hope you're not like that, but yes, today's video is gonna be all about troubleshooting Maskcara Beauty. So I did do this video a year ago, more than a year ago. I didn't realize until today that it was that long ago I did that video. And it's one of my most popular videos and it's super helpful, but I went back and watched it. First of all, bad idea. Don't ever go back on like Facebook or YouTube and watch your old stuff because you will be embarrassed and maybe mortified. But things have gotten better on here, things have changed, and so I wanted to give you an updated, fresh, good troubleshooting video. So with that being said, let's get into this. But first, if you are watching this video, then chances are is you have tried Maskcara Beauty and you are having issues with it, right? Obviously. So my first question is, do you have an artist already that you are like working with, that you ordered with? If so, reach out to them. They will probably be happy to help you. Or if you ordered direct under corporate, like just the company, or if you have tried to reach out to your artist and they are not helping you or they like stopped selling or whatever, I'm happy to be that for you. So my email is in the description box. You can even make a new account with me so that I will for sure be able to keep track of you and check in on you and help you out that way. So first of all, let's clear our minds and let's forget about what we think makeup is supposed to be. So you need to realize that it's not going to be the same as your old routine, and that's really hard to let go of sometimes when you try this completely new formula, this new product, this new way of applying. It can kind of seem like overwhelming at first, and you can kind of start to think, oh my gosh, like what is wrong with me? Like everybody else seems to have it work good and it looks beautiful, and it's supposed to be easy, and I feel like I'm having a hard time. So don't think that it's anything against you. It's just it's just a new product and it's gonna take some practice and some getting used to. All right, so let's get into these troubleshooting things. So I have kind of categorized them into 4 main issues categories. And I'm gonna try and go through these fairly quickly, but if there is something that you need me to like elaborate on, or if you have a specific issue to you, then again, just email me. It's down there in the description box. All right, so first thing is that people have said that when they apply it that they feel like it looks dry or patchy, or it's making their pores look super big, or it's bringing out texture that wasn't there before, or it's not getting good coverage, not blending, basically all these kind of things. And the biggest reason that it's doing that is because your color is wrong. Your color is too light. And I know that might sound a little kooky, like you're like, I don't know how that has to do with color, but it just does. Just trust me. So if you have too light of a color, it's gonna do all those things. So first things first, troubleshooting is go a shade up. If you're still within that 30 days, you can exchange. So go ahead and exchange for the next shade up. Or your other issue may be that you need 2 different highlights. If you're not a very single toned, I guess, then you might need 2 different shades. Like maybe you have a super red chin and a super red nose, or maybe you have some acne or rosacea on your face that needs like a darker color. Any one of those things, you might need to kind of use 2 different colors, either mix them together or else put them in those areas and then put a lighter one everywhere else. So it's another thing that an artist will help you with on where to apply those 2 colors. And again, it's gonna seem like complex and hard at first, but once you do it a couple times, it'll go on so fast and then it'll look better than any other foundation you've ever worn before. Because all the other ones, you just slapped on 1 layer and hope for the best. If you are convinced it's not a color issue, like let's say that you're super fair and you're like, no, I'm already on the fairest color you have, There is no shading up for me because I'm kind of in that boat too. So another kind of thing to look into is it could be what you're doing beforehand. Unless you are super, super oily or super, super dry, you really don't need to use a primer with this makeup. Just put it right on your bare face and it'll be great. But if you are trying to put like a primer on under the makeup and you're not super dry or super oily, it's gonna kind of slide around and it's gonna look kind of off because it's not having like a really good flat base to go on. Does that make sense? So on the other side, if you do feel like you need a primer, like maybe you really are super, super dry, that could also be a reason why it's going on dry and patchy, is because your face needs that moisture so much that it's gonna suck it out of the makeup. So it's gonna soak it all in and then it's gonna look bad. So you can use a moisturizer before, but you need to let it soak in. You need to let it dry. So I do use the Milk moisturizing cream in the morning because I am pretty dry. And so I rub a very light layer all over my face and then I wait probably like 30 minutes. And then I do my makeup and it's perfect. So if you're trying to put on a moisturizing primer or cream or whatever and then put that mascara cream on top of that, it's just gonna slide around, like they're gonna fight with each other. So just let it dry in, let it soak, and then you should be good. Or other side, if you are super, super oily and you're like, no, I gotta have something, same kind of thing. If you're super oily and you're trying to put the cream on top, it's just gonna slide around, it's not gonna stay all day, and it's not going to settle and look good. So with that, you will wanna use some kind of mattifying primer. So like Becca Matte Primer is a good one. I can't remember what the other one's called right now. But I'm sure you have one that you love, so try that, put it on, maybe let that kind of settle in for a minute, and then do your mascara makeup. So the second issue that I've heard is that clients feel like it's hard to apply. So when they're in the compact and the tins, whether it's getting out of those or whether it's getting it on their face, they feel like it's just hard to apply. So first of all is when you get the brand new colors in, they're gonna be kind of stiff anyway. So that's just something that you're just gonna have to, after you break them in, they'll get more creamy after like the first couple uses. But another thing, instead of swiping your brush, you can try just pressing and stippling it instead, and that'll help break it up and kind of get it to that more creamy consistency. The other thing though, since they are a cream product in like the metal tins like that, they're very susceptible to the temperature. So if it is particularly cold where you are, like if it's wintertime or if it's really cold in your bathroom, they can kind of stiffen up a little bit and get kind of cold. So a super easy way to get around that is you can either stipple it on your brush as best you can, get it on your face, and then just wait a couple minutes, let your face warm it up, and then kind of blend it around and spread it around. Or you can do what I do sometimes. I get my blow dryer. I know, you guys, it sounds silly. You get your blow dryer on a low setting, don't blast it, low setting, and just like warm it up for like a few seconds. Like it doesn't need to be a lot, just like a little bit, and it'll get creamy and super buttery and easy to apply again. All right, the third like troubleshooting issue that I get is that clients feel like once it's on, it's applied, they're good to go, but then they feel like it feels sticky and like heavy or greasy. So I'm gonna be honest with you, part of that is you just need to get used to it. Again, you're not used to a cream, you're probably used to liquid, which is kind of like, it just goes on kind of flat, or else powder, which is obviously more of a dry, powdery finish. So the cream is just gonna feel different to you, it really is. So I really would suggest before giving up on it and before feeling like it's awful, is to wear it several times until your face can adjust to it, until you can get used to the feeling of it. And then after that, you really will love it. It's supposed to be dewy and it's supposed to look very youthful. It's supposed to look like healthy skin, not like flat, dried out skin. Okay. Or if you're like, no, that's not it, Holly. The other thing it could be is you are possibly using too much product. It's really easy to do that with the cream, so really go with the light hand. And then if you feel like you need more, then you can go in. It's like buildable coverage, okay? So you can just keep adding on and it shouldn't get cakey, and then blend really good. So use a beauty blender, perfector sponge, whatever, and really blend it, get off the excess, and that'll help set it in as well. Or even after all that, you still just don't like the feeling of it, you can't handle it, and you need a more matte finish, then just set with a powder. Just set with your favorite loose powder, translucent, whatever, and just go really light with it and just set with your powder, and then that should help with that too. But with that, if you don't want to use powder or if you do want to use powder, regardless, I always recommend the Stay Setting Spray. I feel like any makeup really needs a setting spray, and especially the Stay Setting Spray that we have, I like because it smells really good, it's light, and it works like magic. So spray that all over, and that will help set the makeup too, and it'll make it last all day. All right, and the fourth kind of troubleshooting issue that I get is clients say that they feel like it's not lasting very long. Like they put it on and a few hours later it's kind of already coming off or just not looking that great, or they feel like they loved it in the past, like maybe they've been using it for a while and then all of a sudden they just don't like it anymore, like it's just not looking good. So first thing is you need to know that your skin is always kind of changing and adjusting. The weather changes it, so the seasons, your monthly friend changes your skin for sure. I feel like I always hate my makeup when I'm on my period for some reason because my skin freaks out. Okay, so whether it's that or whether it is the seasons changing, you need to realize that your skin is kind of changing and you might need to kind of switch up your routine a little bit. Maybe you do need to use a primer. Maybe you need to use a setting spray. Maybe you need to switch up your colors, and that's where you reach out to your artist and you say, hey, so I feel like my my spring color is just kind of too light, and now summer I'm a little more tan now, my freckles are showing up more, whatever it is, and get them to match you with a new color. And boom, you can love your makeup all over again. You just need to switch up your shade a little bit. Okay, and then as far as the not lasting very long, part of that, again, it goes back to our first thing, is what you're doing before your makeup. If you are putting if you're putting a primer on before that is not playing well with mascara, that's gonna play into it coming off very shortly after you apply it. And then also what you're doing after you set your makeup, or what you're doing after you apply your makeup, if you're not setting it, that's gonna play a big role too. I really do believe that you need to set it with something. So whether it's powder or whether it's a setting spray, I think that it helps a lot. And I love the feel after I use the setting spray. It just like seals it in. But if you really are having like major issues, like you're like, no, really, like it's none of that, and I have applied it and it seriously is coming off like an hour later, like that's not normal, that's not good. So it may seem like you're not normal, you're not okay, start freaking out. If that's you, just email me or your artist and we can figure out specifically what's going on with you. Otherwise, if it's more of an issue, like maybe it's more like 6 or 7 hours that you feel like it's not like lasting super well, or it's coming off in some areas, guys, this is why it's so much better than other makeup, because it's just right here. Touching up is so easy, and I don't know why it's like such a big deal to need to touch up. I don't know why we need like perfect makeup for 10 hours. So it's really nice. It's just in this tiny little compact, or there's also this amazing clutch wallet that Maskcara has. It's a wallet, yeah, a literal wallet that has like this in it. It has like a separate pocket with a spot for your makeup. So that's nice. Otherwise, this is super small. You can fit it in a diaper bag, a wallet, whatever. And so, and since it's a cream and it's right there, you can just do it with your finger. So like, oh, I can just touch that up. Hold up. Takes like 2 seconds in the car before I go into Target, so I can look super fresh and super fly. Touch up your lips, your cheeks, even your eyes. If you feel like your eye makeup is kind of lacking, throw some of your lip and cheek on there. It's fine. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I know that wasn't a lot, but I promise you that 75% of the issues you are having with mascara are related to a color issue. Okay, maybe like I didn't do research for that stat, but even the creator, owner, CEO of Maskcara, Kara, yeah, that's her name, she has said that herself. So if that is what's going on, just reach out to me or your artist and let us just help you get the perfect shade for you. It'll make the world a difference. Otherwise, any other questions you have, feel free to email me. And if you want to try mascara, or you need to try some other things out, some other shades out, there is a link down there to shop. Right now, for the month of May, I'm doing a special mystery hostess giveaway. So anybody that enters into the mystery hostess party, which is the link that's down there, will be entered to win all the credits at the end of the month when I close out the party. So it can be up to $500 in mascara credit. So you might want to do that. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, you can let me know by liking it, commenting below, and sharing it, all the good things. And if you haven't had a chance yet, please subscribe if you want to help support this channel. And if you like these videos, subscribing really helps me out. And you can do that super easy by clicking on my face. Or if you want to watch more videos of mine, check out that one. And until next time, see ya.